But here's the thing. That video, and I think Gavin McInnes' entire YouTube and Instagram channel are gone, dude.
Didn't he? But he just opened a network.
Dude, he's fucked.
Is the whole network's done?
It's gotta be.
Because YouTube's...
Yo, I should call him. I have his number. I should call him and be like, yo, what's happening to you right now,
Call
dude?
him, man. We gotta talk to this guy.
I gotta call him. I mean, we can't... he won't appreciate it if we just have him while the recording's on, right?
I mean, tell him we can cut it.
All right, cool. Let's call him.
Fuck him. Yo, he used you in his... this is a White Man's Burden exclusive. We're gonna call Gavin McInnes right now. He used you in his... I'll denounce my terrorist organization speech, and he just called you a Muslim too, which is even accurate. This guy fucked you over, man. That's huge. Why are you in his terrorist fucking speech?
I don't know. I wouldn't say he fucked me over. In his mind, it wasn't like that. In his mind, he really was like...
It's heat.
All right, I'm kind of scared now. Should we turn off? He's not answering. Leave it. Hey, Gavin?
Yeah.
What's up, dude? It's Amish calling.
Oh, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good, man. Dude, so I'm recording a podcast, and we're just talking about all this shit that went down with you. Is it okay, man? Yo, it's not live or anything. I just want to tell you that we are recording right now.
Yeah, record away.
Wow, dude.
Fucking sick.
Sick, man.
Sup, Gavin?
This is my friend Vandad Cardar. We do this podcast together called White Man's Burden. I don't know if you'd like it, to be honest.
I hope you listen, man. How are you?
It's just about colonial history, but we're both two comics talking about it.
Yeah, our tagline is decolonize the mind. We think colonialism has fucked the world, and its legacy and impact is still just bleeding the world dry. We're going to call that shit out.
That's what the podcast is about, but we did call you to talk about the thing.
You're hypocrites, you are. You're sitting here on all this amazing technology in this wonderful culture, and you're like, I wish we never came here, man. I wish it was all just teepees again. We suck. When I was in Williamsburg, he came up to me and said, can you help me sign a petition to stop the gentrification in this neighborhood? And I go, but aren't you and I gentrifiers? And he goes, yeah, well, the last thing we need is more people like me here, you know? I was like, wow, so you have a petition to get rid of yourself? Jesus.
It's hard to argue with.
Yeah.
The reason Amish called you.
Yeah, the reason I was calling is like, dude, you mentioned me in a video like a couple weeks ago or something, and then I tried to watch it again and I can't find it. So what's happening to your media company? Like, you're shut down?
No, I got fired from my job. I got kicked off of every platform except YouTube. I actually did get kicked off YouTube, but then they put me back on for some reason. Probably because the reason they gave was fake, and it was all these fake copyright complaints where when I contacted the people involved, they go, we've never made a complaint. But YouTube's kind of useless anyway for me because they've demonetized it, so I can't make any money on it.
So how do you make money on your CRTV? Like, you're an owner in like a media company, no?
No, I was just an employee. CRTV merged with Blaze and became Blaze TV, but they just paid me a salary, just like anyone else on TV.
Wow, it looks like you own that company because you're doing their spokesperson advertising. Like, you're doing their like, hey, sign up. What are you guys doing? So it just sounds like you owned it or something.
No.
We thought it was so funny that every time you mention, you're like, hey, I'm not racist. I got my Muslim friend Amish Patel. Did you do it in the denouncing Proud Boys as a terrorist video? Like, did you throw him? Where you're like, I got a Muslim friend, Amish.
That's what someone told me. So, tell me what.
No, I don't think I've ever mentioned Amish Patel except for that one video.
No, there's two. There's the one that you did 3-4 weeks ago, and then there's one you did years ago where you're like, yo, lefties don't want to be my fucking friends anymore. But guess what? I got my Muslim friend Amish Patel. And like, you had me and you mentioned two of us. That was like years ago. It mentioned in Rebel Media.
That was the other guy, the French guy, the bald guy.
Amish got nervous because one of our friends linked your video with him and was like, we got our favorite Proud Boy. This guy's a Proud Boy. And they called Amish a Proud Boy.
You know, what's really going on here is, and you guys are both guilty of this too, there's this whole hate has no home here push to prove that America's racist. And the problem with that mentality is it's not. So what they do is they take every little fucking morsel and blow it up and make it into this huge thing to get their numbers up. It's sort of like you saw with in the 80s. There was a big thing with Satanism, and there's devil in the music.
Right,
so
right. Anti-rock and roll and shit.
Yeah, they would take like a Judas Priest album, and they said, "Listen, there's a line in there where he says, 'Do it,' and this kid killed himself." Well, they were sending kids to rehabilitation sort of centers that their insurance would cover, just because they had a black T-shirt on or a Dead Kennedys shirt or something. And they said, "See, they're Satanists. They're worshiping Satan." It's the exact same thing going on now, but it's Nazis. There's racists everywhere.
Yeah, but it seems like the right wing team started all the getting super offended and using it as a political weapon thing, and now lefties are like, okay, like I guess we should do that too. No,
it's that mix of evangelical and then anti-communist and then fear-mongering, and it's almost like a little bit of the Salem witch trial legacy too. You know, like everyone.
Yeah,
oh.
don't conflate all those together. The Salem witch trials, there's no such thing as a witch, so that's a good analogy. But the McCarthyism, there were a lot of communists infiltrating Hollywood.
Come on. What were they
mean,
doing? This communist thing
look,
is kooky.
there
man.
were some, but there was mostly just people who were like pretty hippies and like people who smoked weed or people who were gay or minorities. Like they got blankly just, oh, he's a commie, he's un-American. They kind of got thrown into all that shit, like civil rights movements. They're just, they're all commies.
In the 70s, you were a commie if you didn't like the Vietnam War.
A lot of Jewish people just got thrown into that. Oh, he's a commie.
There was so much communism in California in the 50s that they created a law that said you can't refuse service for someone based on their political beliefs because communists were getting refused service in diners. And you know what's crazy about that? That law was recently used to defend a guy who was wearing a swastika badge. This is probably in the 90s, and he wanted to eat at a restaurant. They said, "Just take off that pin, dude. It's a little harsh." And he goes, "No, I'm not taking it off." And he sued them, and he won. And the reason he won is because in California they have that law based on communism.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. Communism is, like, it's a free country, man. Nazis, they say they're going to kill other people. If you want to be a communist, like, it's a free country. Be a fucking communist. I'm not, but why are we so scared of this? It's crazy.
I assume when you're, Gavin, when you're against communism, you're probably like tankies and like Stalinist, Maoist, like slaughtering people. But like, if someone's just a hippie and is like, yeah, we should share stuff, like, they're not evil or like, you know, they don't deserve the wall. Huh?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here. They're doing drilling. Let me...
That's cool, man. Maybe we can continue this another time, too. Because...
I'll call you later.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna go outside because they're doing drilling here.
Cool.
All right, cool. Thanks,
Should we
You're
still want to talk?
Doing a thing millennials do. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're doing a thing millennials do, where they oversimplify something
True.
into childish terms, like that would be in a children's book.
Dude, that sounds like Fox News. That's right-wing, too. But go on.
No. So what you do, like say with gay marriage, they'll go, it's two people want to love each other and they want to get married, and you're against it. So that's fucked up. That's not even open to debate. You're against two people that love each other. And then socialism is people wanting to share. They just want to share a little bit. And you're against sharing. It's a free country. You can be pro-sharing.
Right.
No. So you obviously don't earn enough money to know what they do to your fucking check every month in New York, where it's upwards of 40%.
Right.
And we got Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez talking about making the taxes higher in New York, which kills businesses, which kills jobs. So when I'm talking about communism, yes, I'm talking about Stalin killing 40 million, and I'm talking about Mao killing 80 million, but I'm also talking about Alexandria killing jobs, and I'm talking about Venezuela, and I'm talking about your coveted Northern Europe, where you think everything is going so peachy, but they're spending their parents' money. All the money that Northern Europe has
like
is from when they had a
Scandinavia?
free market.
In Northern Europe, you mean Scandinavian countries?
Scandinavian countries, yeah. Finland, Norway, all of that.
I know, and I mean, I don't want to say your camp, but like I'd say to give some people credit, like those places that they admire so much too. It is because they're like a pretty one race kind of, like they're very harmonious societies. It's like just them, like they're not into like immigration. Like that's like one example of places where they're
Japan's like that too.
Japan's like that too.
Their anti-immigration thing makes them all united in a way that they can have. So in Japan, I heard that like if the economy goes down, they don't fire everyone. They'll just keep you there, keep paying you, and you just go because it's for the country. You know, it's for the people, and they believe in that kind of honor or whatever.
Yeah, or they'll stop.
We don't have that.
The most naive bullshit I've ever heard. Are you talking about the something?
Sorry, say that again.
There's so much pride. All the farmers love going to work for free. You know what happens when everyone's making the same? There's no incentive. People do shitty jobs. And this is what I don't get about when you say Western chauvinism and they say it's white power. The West is basically thought of, when you say the West, you're thinking of America and Britain, really. And when you say the East,
you wouldn't consider the rest of Europe? No?
Yeah, of course. But when you really think about, the players, you don't think about France.
Right.
You say the West. You're not thinking of Spain and their fucking...
They're lefty commies, Van Dam.
I mean, okay, well, hold on. Spain is still fascist. Like, Spain never stopped being fascist since Franco. Franco never, he died in power, and it's still fascist.
Fascist? What are you talking about, fascist? Jesus
Spain.
Christ, all these stupid Antifa terms. Let me finish, though.
No, I mean,
the West
okay, sorry, yeah.
is
Go ahead.
basically America and Britain, and the East is basically China and Russia. So Russia's white. So it's not a white versus non-white thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
A free market versus communist thing.
I was saying this earlier to Mish. What Russia's white, but they never really got that white status.
Because they're communists.
They were communists. Now, why are we still against Russia? Why do we have to have this new Cold War? What's that about?
Yeah, I don't think about Russia. Like when I say I love the West the best, I also have no feelings for the rest of the world. I don't give a fuck about them. And if God pushed Russia into the sea, I would yawn.
Really?
Wow.
I mean, I'd say.
I'm obviously exaggerating, kids. Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'd say as much as I personally don't think they had a good government as well during World War II, I'd say the Russian people and Russian soldiers were one of the biggest who defeated fascism, defeated the Nazis, way more than the rest of the Allies.
What, a 60 million body count?
Sorry, on which side? On which side, sorry?
I think they used 60 million Russians died there.
Russian soldiers or civilians?
Some of them didn't have guns.
Yeah.
Talk about cannon fodder. They were literally just potato sack.
Totally. Human waves, yeah.
Yeah.
They made huge sacrifices.
They saved us from these Nazis, and we repaid them with this anti-communism scare.
Yeah, and the one thing I've never understood is the Peterson types and stuff. A lot of times, we were talking about this.
That's
They
Gavin,
always equate, when they look at World War II, they always equate it was the war against the fascists and the commies, and they put them on the same level as if the war was to defeat these two. But I mean, really, the communists were our allies, and the Russians, like I said, they gave a huge human wave sacrifice to defeat Nazism, and then we just kind of overthink that and just go, oh well, it was a war to defeat both of them. I just
it's all
never
the same
understood
thing.
that. Maybe if you got some light on that.
Yeah, they're evil, okay? Communists are evil. Russians are evil. China is evil. And when you live in these countries, I don't think you understand the kind of suffering that these people endure. Everyone is a fucking spy. And if you're a spy and you're not reporting someone to the Kremlin, then you're in trouble. So you have people reporting their own family members for revolutionary thoughts or danger to the state. And the next thing you know, everywhere you exist, you live in fear of your own family. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we don't have the best audio setup, but
We hear you, yeah.
We hear you. We don't have the best audio setup, so I was actually just motioning to Vandad that maybe we can call you at another time if that's cool. But I think this is a good spot, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we got your views. And,
Hey, thank you so much for your time, man.
Thanks, man. Dude, I appreciate it. Thanks for...
Yeah, let me just say one last thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go for it.
Please.
Ayan Hirsi Ali was on the CBC up in Canada, and she was getting shit for saying that I love America. And the guy said, the host said, America, they shoot abortion doctors there. It's a horrible place. And she smiled and she said to him, those who have always had freedom take it for granted. Those of us who have never had freedom know how to appreciate it. I think that's what's happening with you guys.
So I think a lot of immigrants, when they're well integrated, they make the best citizens and the best patriots because they know what it's like to be from somewhere that's...
Okay, Vandad, let him have the last word, man. He had such a great right-wing last word. He had a banger right-wing last word. And
I'm sure he would agree.
Sorry, go ahead, Gavin.
That's especially true of Cubans.
Yeah, there you go.
That's one of the most patriotic immigrants you'll ever see.
In Miami,
All right,
yeah. They led the Bay of Pigs. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, Gavin, thank you so much, man.